Hi kiddos, welcome to day 2 of remote learning. We're just going to jump in and do the same thing as yesterday. So I will do kinder work for the morning first, then firsties, and then we'll go back and do the same thing for math. All right, kinders, here we go. Your handwriting today is another silly sentence. My cat is up on the table. You're going to write that once neatly in print, once very neatly in cursive. I really want you to start paying attention to some of these words. So my, we shouldn't have to sound that out every time. My is my. Is, up, on, and the. Those are all words that you should start recognizing and not have to sound out. So I want you, as you're reading today, to write, make sure that you're not just saying is, that you're thinking, what word is that? And making sure you're starting to memorize that's is. So neatest handwriting, please. Make sure you write your name even though you're the only one at home. And you can do it in cursive because all of you are learning how to do that. Okay? So that's job 1 for kinders. Job 2 is going back to our Ed family. And this is writing, but it's a little bit smaller. So you'll notice it's one word in each row, but it's written in print, cursive, and print. So what I want you to do is go through and write the word bed once nicely in print, once nicely in cursive, and again nicely in print. So bed, 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 fed, 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 shed, shed, shed. Remember, SH says shh. And then wed, 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 and finally red, red, red. I want you to write those as neatly as you can, and then go back with a crayon or colored pencil and color ED, ED. All the times you see Ed, I want you to color it ED, 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 all the words, okay? And this is your second job. Third job, you will need a white piece of paper. And if you don't have one at home, that's fine, because inside your folders that you've been dying to get out of your chair pockets, which we will start next week, whether we're doing it this way or together at school, inside of each of those, I put some white paper. So if you need to go grab one of those, do it and fold it in fourths for me. So remember, that means in half one way, in half the other, so that you have 4 small rectangles. And in those rectangles, you're going to draw these 4 pictures and then try to sound them out. The first one will be a sock. So that has 3 sounds. S, A, K. But trick, that K at the end is a CK together. Okay? So you draw a sock, color it if you wish, and then try to sound out sock. Okay? The second one is tub. So you're going to draw tub. It doesn't have to look like this one. And then you're going to try to sound out the 3 sounds. T, A, B. The next one is a pin. Now this gets a little tricky. The I sound and the E sound, I and E, are close. But this one is I, like an itch. So sound out P, in. And the last one, is a jet. So you're going to draw your best airplane, your best jet, and then sound out J, et. Okay, so those 4 pictures need to be drawn, colored if you wish, and then sounded out the best that you can. Those are your first 3 jobs. Your 4th job is reading your little book, which, remember, it's best if we can try to do that twice, once sounding out with mom or dad, and then once with another sibling or grandma or somebody. Okay, you could even read it to a little brother or sister once you know it. Those are kinder's first 4 jobs. Firsties, we are going back to our handwriting books, and today I want you to check pages 51 through 70. So remember, there are 2 parts to this. You go back and you look. When I underlined something and said, oops, that's not quite right, did you fix it well? If you didn't, if it doesn't look like it should, today's a great day to catch that and fix it. If you missed a day, if there's a whole blank page, it's also a good day to go fill out those pages. If you were at school most of the days, so you don't have a lot of missed pages, and you had really neat handwriting that doesn't need to be fixed, you can go back to the first part of the book and work on your print letters for a little while today. That's your first job. Your second job is spelling. And since you don't have a buddy, you can do one of 2 things. You can either write each word 3 times, or you can find 3 people to practice your list with. So maybe you could ask mom if she's not busy, or maybe you could ask an older brother or sister if they're not busy doing their work, or you could call somebody on the phone, like an aunt or an uncle, and ask if you could spell words to them. So try to be creative. You can write the words 3 times, or practice with 3 people. I know that's more than you usually do with your buddy, but we have a little less time this week, and we're going to be doing our spelling test a little bit differently. So we need a little extra practice. That's your second job. Now your third job today, I want you to actually do 2 of your vowel pages. I want you to pull out the E page and the O page. So remember, it should have short sounds on one side, long sounds on the other. So let's just look at the E one. So if you see the word men, you're going to sound that out. Now men is a plural noun. It's not one man, it's 2 or more, men. So you would sound out M-N and then draw 2 men, okay? It could be your dad and Father Gilba, it could be your 2 uncles, it could be 2 random guys. It doesn't matter, but you need 2 or more men. And then when you go down to the bottom of the long E side, you have a word that looks almost like this, okay? But this one says P-E-Ch. You have a word that's similar, but not quite. There's one letter flipped. You need to sound it out, color the 2 letters that are making the long E sound, and then draw me a nice peach, okay? So short E's, long E's, and then same thing with your O page. So sound out the short words, color and draw a picture, and then do the long words. Make sure you color the letters making the long O sound. Okay, that is your third job, and then your fourth job is reading as well. I hope that 15 minutes is an easy crush for you now, because you don't have anything waiting for you at the other end. So your fourth job is reading. Okay, those are our morning jobs. Quick recap. Kinder's handwriting page, your ed page, make sure you color ED on each of those words. Your 4 pictures, sounding them out the best you can after you draw them, and then reading. And then first graders, your 4 jobs are pages 51 to 70 in your handwriting book, spelling 3 times or with 3 people, your O and your E page, and reading. Okay, morning jobs. Now in math today, you each have 1 page, a math page, and then an activity. So we'll start with kindergartners. Kinders, you have a domino page. It looks like this, and it's addition. We're adding the 2 together. So what you'll do is go ahead and count how many dots are on each side. So there's 1 here, 1 here. So I'm gonna write a 1 and a 1. And then this side of my equals is the total. How many dots all together? 1 plus 1 is 2. We should know that. Let's go down here to a harder one. How many dots are on this side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to write a 5. And then how many dots are on this side? 1. So now I've got 5 and 1, and on this side of my equals, I need to count how many there are all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you should have a 6 here. You need to do all of these. If you notice, these are all +1 facts. They all have a 1 on the right-hand side. So you'll notice it's just like counting. So 2 plus 1 is 3. 2, 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 3, 4. Okay, at the bottom it tells you to color the domino that shows a double red. So a double means the 2 sides match. It's the same number 2 times. So you'll have to find which one has both sides that match and color that one red. Now on the back, we have some money, okay? Right here we have pennies. Remember, a penny's just 1. So we're going to count this by 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need to write a 6. These are nickels. They're worth 5. So it's like 5 plus 5. If you don't know what 5 plus 5 is right now in your brain, you can go ahead and draw 5 little dots and 5 more little dots and then count them and then write the answer. These are the dimes. Remember, they're little guys, but they are worth 10. So this is 10 plus 10. Again, if you don't know 10 plus 10, if you can't use your hands plus someone else's hands, you can go ahead and draw 10 little dots under each of those and then count. And then this last guy is a quarter, and the quarter is worth 25 cents. So that's 2 10s and 5 1s, 2 5, 25. That's your first job. Now for your second job, you will need a piece of paper, and you could use the back of that one you used earlier for your words if you'd like. You'll need that piece of paper, and then you will also need your cards from yesterday. So hopefully your family has a stack of playing cards. Remember to get rid of the jacks and the queens and the kings. We don't want those. We want things that we can count from 0 to 9 today. So we want our counting cards and the piece of paper, and then you will need one more thing. And At school, we have our sticks that I've written a plus on one side and a minus on the other. I didn't have a stick at home, so I just thought of something that has two sides, and I went and grabbed a nickel. So here's what I'm going to do to play the game. If I land on heads, if the head side's showing, I'll do plus. And if I land on tails, the side with a building, I will do minus. So I'm going to pull two cards. Now remember, we want to make sure that we put the big guy first. So I have 5 and 1. Those are my first two numbers. I'm going to put 5 and 1 and flip my coin to see if I do plus or minus. I got heads, so I will do plus. So I have 5 plus 1, and now I need to figure it out. Now remember, you could write 5 dots here and 1 dot here, or if you're ready, you can just put the 5 in your head, you already know it's 5, and count up one more. So 5, 6, and then write a 6. I want you to do 10 of these, so you'll get to flip your coin and pull cards 10 times. I'll do one more. Here are my cards, 9 and 3. My 9 should go first, my 3 should go second because it's smaller. And then I need to flip my coin. And this time I got tails. So this time I will say 9 minus 3 equals, and I need to find my answer. Because it's minus, I draw a 9, and then I'm going to cross out 3. Remember, this line reminds me to cross out 3 of them. So I cross out 3 and count how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's 6. So I want you to do 10 of those on a piece of paper, okay? Firsties, you also have a math page, and I realized I didn't put a ruler in each of your little kits that I sent home. So if you don't have a ruler for this top part where it says make a line segment 3 inches, just do your best guess. Best guess of 3, that's fine. So you're going to do a 3-inch line segment, which should go about to here. Write your name neatly. Write the date, which is March 25th, 3-25-20. And then the day of the week is Wednesday. Capital W, E-D, N-E-S-D-A-Y. Okay? You're writing the number 107 here. So 107. And then it says circle the digit in the hundreds house. You can find the word hundreds, you circle it. Your story problem today says, Harvey cut out a half dozen hearts. Now first we need to think a dozen is how many? 12. Half of that would be the doubles fact that makes 12. 6. So he made 6 hearts, and then he cut out 2 more. So it's 6 plus 2. You need to draw 6 hearts plus 2 hearts. Write your sentence, write how many he did all together. This says, circle the coins that Judy can use to pay for the marker. So her marker costs 21 cents. If you think of the math name, it will point you to your coins right away. 2 10s and 1 1. You have some 10s, your dimes are here. You have a nickel, he won't help you today. And you have some pennies. So circle how many pennies and how many dimes you need to make 21 cents. Number 4 we're crossing out. It's a class graph. We don't have one. And then we're going to go down to number 5. Number 5 is kind of fun. It's a little different. First, you have to solve each of these expressions. So this says 5 plus 7. You need to figure out the answer. Okay? Let's just pretend for a moment it's 10. That's not the right answer. Don't write that down. Then you figure out 6 plus 8, and we'll just pretend for a minute that it's 11. So I have a 10 and an 11. Those aren't the right answers. I'm not giving it away. Then you have to figure out which alligator mouth, which greater or less than sign you need. So you look at your numbers, see who's bigger. Remember, he always eats the greater number. So do both of those the same. You add up each side, the answers go on the lines, and then you put the mouth. On the back, you have math facts. Now you will find some of these are familiar. You should see 6 plus 5. That's a doubles plus 1. Remember, if they're right next to each other, I think 5 plus 5 is 10. So 5 plus 6 is 1 more, it's 11. Easy peasy. You should see some plus 2s. Okay, 6 plus 2 is 8. Now we're adding in plus 3s. So for now, it's okay to put 8 in your head and count up 3. You should start to notice what 8 plus 3 equals though, because it's in each line. Okay, and if we get to do this for another week or 2, I will send some flashcards to your parents so you can start practicing those plus 3 cards. Now, your next job is double-digit addition, which we just started before we left. And you should have a page that looks like this. Now, there's this side and there's a back. Today we're just doing this side. We'll do the back tomorrow. Here's what you're actually going to do. You're going to need 2 different color crayons or colored pencils. And you're going to color the ones house one color and the tens house another color. Let me show you. I wrote them down so I could show you what they look like. So if I have 34 plus 25, I'm going to color my ones house one color. Okay, do you see that? There are my ones. I always add up ones first to make sure I don't get another 10. And then you're gonna go to your tens house and color that another color. So now I should have my ones orange and my tens green. Okay, and then you're going to just add them up in vertical lines. So I should be able to look at my orange and say, what is 4 plus 5? And we should all know that equals 9. And then I go back to my tens and I say, what's 3 plus 2? And that's 5. So now you should be able to see that 34 plus 25 equals 59. Okay, so there is that. Let's do one more together just so we know we have it. Now if you look, there's one on that page that has a star next to it. And that one's gonna take a little extra thinking, and I want you to see if you can do it. It's something we just started to learn. What happens when I get a 2-digit answer? One guy's gonna have to leave and go to the other house, okay? So here I go again. I colored my ones and my tens, and then I'm just gonna add up in vertical lines starting with my ones, okay? So that is your second job. So you're gonna do your math page front and back, and then your second job is double-digit addition, just the front side of that. All right, I hope that you are ready to crush it today. I hope that you're being great for your parents and enjoying a little bit of sunshine and snow. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow. I love you. God bless you. Goodbye.